This debate starts with one word: misogyny. But what happens when someone throws out a serious accusation and then can't fully define or defend it? In this conversation, things escalate fast. We've got pressure from the host, hesitation from the guest, and a growing tension as the panel tries to pin down exactly what was meant. Is this a misunderstanding or a weak argument collapsing in real time? Stay locked in, because what you're about to see is a perfect example of how debates fall apart when emotions, definitions, and accountability all collide at once.
You were making, or you made the statement that we're misogynistic. I asked you to define misogyny. I'd still like to give you an opportunity to define it, just to make sure we are talking about the same thing. Or did the definition that Andrew, is that sufficient?
Yeah, I think what
Into the
Andrew
mic.
gave, sorry. Yeah, I think what Andrew gave was sufficient. I don't really want to
that's
speak on it.
hatred
I don't really wanna
or
speak on it
contempt for or
anymore.
prejudice against women.
Yeah, maybe, I don't know. I just think you guys, like I said earlier, it's this my same, maybe you're not misogynistic, I don't know.
But what?
But, you guys have your opinions, and I have my own too.
Well, okay, don't weasel out of a statement that you made.
I'm not weaseling out of it.
You just said you don't want to
myself.
talk about it.
Thank you. I don't want to anymore. I'm good.
Well, okay, so I feel like
I'm getting tired.
It's only fair.
I've been debating with you guys for 6 hours.
It's only fair since you've thrown out an accusation. Accusations of misogyny are very very serious. So you ought to at least defend it instead of just...
Bucky Larson donated $72. Question for everyone including Brian and Andrew: if a woman takes longer than 30 minutes to put makeup on her face with no distractions, does she have a cake face?
I don't know. I'm not...
What's a cake face?
Like just caked on way too much makeup. Probably, but I mean, I suppose she could
eyebrows take a long
that time and
sometimes.
Not. I don't know.
Yeah, eyebrows.
Probably,
No, it
but
depends
not
on how
necessarily.
artsy she is with it.
Yeah.
So, I'm not going to let you weasel out of this just as easily as you just threw out this accusation. So why don't we actually have a conversation about it instead of kind of trying to weasel out? Why don't you just make your case?
This is where the pressure really kicks in. The host isn't letting the accusation slide, and honestly, that's a key moment in any debate. If you label someone with something as serious as misogynistic, you have to back it up with clear examples, not just feelings. But watch closely, she starts shifting from a definition to a general vibe. You guys talk about women, it feels catered toward men. That's not the same as proving prejudice. That's describing discomfort, not discrimination. And this is a common breakdown in debates, confusing personal disagreement with moral wrongdoing. So let me ask you, just because you don't like someone's opinions, does that automatically make them biased or harmful?
Make your case, make your argument.
I don't have a case to make.
Well, okay. Here's the words that came out. Here's the words that came out of your mouth. You guys are misogynist. Okay, and I asked define misogyny. You kind of didn't really do that. So fine, we've defined misogyny.
And then I just said you guys are not.
How are me and Andrew misogynist then?
Maybe it's because, I don't know, every conversation that we've kind of had tonight, which isn't necessarily misogyny, has been kind of catered toward men. So you're like, you women this, you women that.
Exactly.
Give me an example.
She got, you women get or whatever. That was what.
When did
What?
You just said
He
that.
literally
You
said
just
that,
said
5 minutes
that.
ago.
You just said
You
that.
said,
What was give me the context.
You said women,
They
some
just be
about
dig
they'll make
down.
this guy wait while they're getting
How
by
is-
this guy.
Okay.
It's just
so
like-
But all your
articulate-
conversations,
wait,
hold on.
hold
All
on.
your
One-
conversations
one
are
point at
about
a
women
time.
and what women are doing wrong, and nothing about men and what
And it's
y'all
like,
are doing wrong.
women
But
are
that's
being men
okay.
like
No,
that.
hang on.
We've been
He was
hearing that.
responding to a question. So she asked a question. She said, wait, they do that? And in this particular case, the context was about women who have had many sex partners previously and then suddenly become chaste with a man who they're interested in. And a woman asked Brian, they do that? And Brian, who has a lot of experience talking to these women, said, oh, yeah, they do it all the time.
And she's the one that
A,
should
B,
know.
C, and D, and here's the example of that. So he's still giving only the specific criteria to those kinds of women. That's not a broad generalization for all women. It's only the women specifically who are engaged in that activity.
Well, Andrew, I don't even think it's that. She actually takes objection to the specific phrase of getting down.
Well, it's just like, I mean, like, would you
You've
go?
never said that before?
Not if I was like, you were like dead ass.
What?
You were.
You
like,
just called.
dead
Well,
ass.
you just said, "Why are
Getting
you over here
dick down.
talking?" Shit to That's what you said.
No,
to
that's
a
what I'm.
super
No, that's what I'm
chatter.
saying. Like you guys are like
that-
nagging on me for saying that, but then you're like, oh, like she got down. Like, would you say that to your mom? Why?
Nobody said anything
I feel like a lot
about
of this
it.
conversation is very
You're
much
going in
tearing
circles.
down,
I
like,
asked a
women
question,
and why
like,
women in
answer
today's
it.
society and like our thoughts
Answer it.
and stuff like that, why it's wrong, but it's
Bro,
like no conversation.
here's the
based on
further
anything else.
context for the conversation. She wanted to talk about waiting
I
until
wasn't even
marriage.
speaking on
It was
that, but-
perfectly contextual.
I feel like there's just like other ways to say it because I said, and then y'all were like, oh, that's like, or not
Is any
misogyny.
girl offended? Hold
Well,
on.
to be honest, like we didn't actually care that you said that. We were just
No, I know, that's what I'm
basically
saying.
pointing.
Yeah.
We were just basically pointing out
what
like,
they do
if
this
you're
whole
going to
time.
tone police, we'll tone police back, right? Like I didn't actually give a shit that you said. I thought it was funny. I was just
I'm
pointing
just
out.
using that as an. I'm not tripping about like
the
no one's
tone
offended.
police,
I'm
the
just
tone
using it as
police
an
both ways is
example.
Okay.
cringe, right?
So, is any girl here actually offended? Was offended when I used the term "getting down"?
Not really, but that's
Is
not
any
my
girl
point.
here offended? Were you offended?
That's
It
not
did
my
have
Were you
a shot
point.
offended?
Honestly,
Were you offended? Huh?
No, I wasn't offended, but even if
I
any
was
of us
offended,
were,
Brian.
I was
You offended
even
me.
if any of us were offended, the definition of misogyny isn't offending a lot of women. The definition of misogyny is having a prejudice against women.
Yeah.
He doesn't like plastic surgery. He doesn't like
That's
these
fine.
specific things, but he doesn't have a prejudice against
Well, that's why I'm
all
just saying
women.
that all of the
Yeah,
conversations.
so maybe
it's
you're
a
not
false
misogynistic,
accusation.
but it's definitely something going on with
What's
like
going
I.
on?
You're
well,
like dancing around like the line.
no,
of, like,
I think
Now
that
we're seeing a deeper layer of the conversation. She pivots from labeling them as misogynistic to explaining her worldview, talking about experiences with men, social media influence, and how that shaped her perspective. And to be fair, this is actually her strongest moment. Instead of attacking, she's explaining. But here's the issue. The original accusation still hasn't been clearly supported. It's like switching from offense to defense without resolving the first claim. Meanwhile, the hosts are focused on consistency. If you make a bold claim, you need to stand on it, not walk it back halfway. So here's the real question. Is she expressing a valid personal perspective or avoiding accountability for what she originally said?
no, I think
What
that
am I dancing around?
I think
What is
that it's-
going on?
That's what she's trying
I
to explain.
think, no,
Okay, go
I
ahead,
think,
explain.
I think that maybe you got a problem with which is okay. I mean, I got a problem with it too, and that's why I act
Problem
the way.
with what?
Can I even speak?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Okay, thank you.
Why are you guys like
So,
mad?
like I can't even talk. You would just interrupt me. Anyway, get me off my train of thought. Yes, you don't. I can't even speak.
Well, I'm
See,
not.
you can't actually.
No, because
you
what I
can't
want to
actually
say, what I
make the
want to say
argument.
is, yeah,
You just
exactly.
want to accuse me of
No, I do.
interrupting you.
I feel like I don't want to accuse you of interrupting me. I just feel like you're being rude.
Just answer the question.
No, I can take my time to answer this question if I feel like it. Thank you. Anyway, I think that you just have a problem with maybe women's in today's society or like social media or just all that type of stuff.
Okay.
I think you have a problem with that, and I feel like women, especially women who are in my lane of a type of thought pattern, I feel like are more like this because we gave a lot to men and didn't receive the best experience. Now that doesn't mean every man is like that. I'm not categorizing all men. I'm not saying all men need to pay your rent or something like that. But what I am saying is I don't feel like there's anything wrong with my with how I want to go about it.
Okay.
But I feel like you have an issue with it. So
Sure.
it's just opinion.
I
That's
guess
that's all I
so.
was saying
By that
earlier was
logic,
it's
me
y'all
and Brian
opinions.
are just the way that we
It's
are
y'all
based on the
opinions, in my
experience we have
opinion.
with women.
Okay.
Yeah,
But
that's
again,
and that's what I said.
So you said that my views on social media, again, you
Like
called us
women in social
misogynists.
media.
You called us
I
misogynists.
just took it back. If you didn't hear me, I took it back 3 times.
Okay.
I
What?
said maybe you're not misogynist, but you have an opinion, and that's the only thing I'm like
Okay,
really
so I have a
debating
negative
with you is
opinion
that.
towards
So
social
I'm
media?
agreeing with you to disagree with you.
That doesn't even make sense.
Not social media. I think she's just talking about women.
Nothing
It's
makes
just
sense
like
to you
it's
if
not
it
like
doesn't make sense to you.
it's
I
not
think-
like we were offended. Go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say, I think I think misogyny is more like stopping someone's or not wanting someone to be able to sustain themselves and then be a woman and then want to have sex with them anyways. That's what I think misogyny is. But I don't
Okay.
think Yeah, I don't.
So I'm just a little confused.
Oh my goodness.
Okay, like
I just
you
told
you have what? Then what are the things I've said that you have an issue with?
I mean, I don't care.
If it's not misogyny.
I don't care.
I don't know. I
So-
just feel like it's been kind of like, I don't want to say catered toward men, but like you're like, oh, in this
Exactly.
situation, like
Thank
what
you.
percent of men, blah, blah, blah. Like in this situation, men, okay, so you women would rather be in the forest
Yeah.
with a bear. Like you guys are so wrong for that because like, but like, I don't know. It's just like people have different opinions and
Yeah,
like,
it's very
the way
much
like how I
catered
said like
towards
bitches, like that was
why
like,
men are right and
Your
women are
opinions make
wrong.
them feel.
That's what I feel like. I feel like you're very against women being like, let me get my body done. Let me be this type of person.
So I'll engage you.
So-
Hold on, one thing at a time. Okay.
I
So
know
you
you just
said
interrupted me,
I'm
but
against.
okay.
Well, I have to interrupt you because
You
you list
don't.
out 30 different criticisms, and it just. I don't know, Andrew, if you call that gish galloping or whatever. I can only address one point at a time. So why don't we address this whole me being against plastic surgery? How is that
I
misogynistic?
didn't say it was. I just
When I asked you earlier.
okay. I'm not going to keep repeating myself. Thank you.
Okay, so you object to me, then you just blanketly, in a general sense, just object to me being against plastic surgery, which is fine because you're a
Yeah.
proponent of plastic surgery. I'm against plastic surgery.
Yeah, I mean, it's not just plastic surgery, but
it's whatever I
mean,
said is like,
it's
I mean,
really
plastic
just
surgery is not
anything
that.
like in a feminist type of viewpoint you don't agree with. That's what I feel like.
How is it feminism though?
What?
Like the whole body empowerment, or my body, my choice.
I mean,
but
he
it's
even said
actually
it earlier.
Like,
it's two
taking away
different
women's.
types of feminism. Sure, like that. It's for makeup, and he has a good point with that. I agree with it. But at the same time, I don't know. I feel like we have the choice to do what we want. We live in a free country, so I don't think you should be able to, just like. Somebody, I don't know the word. I'm trying to think of the word, but it's
just
just
like there's
like
always
that
something
chick,
to say.
the gal with the red hair who's sitting, one gal over. Yeah. She's actually probably far more misogynistic than Brian is.
Wait, what?
You think I'm
Well, see-
misogynistic?
Well,
Her?
no, I think you would be considered more misogynistic than Brian. So, I mean, you
I
believe
agree.
in
I think
original.
the
Well,
two
you believe
women
in
sitting to
original
the right of
sin,
me
right?
are definitely a little bit more misogynistic than you guys are. I would agree with that.
Wait, what?
Yeah, I'm not
More
really.
misogynistic.
I think so.
I think feminism is a lie to trick women into hating
Yeah, I want them-
themselves.
So
I
then what
think
is
it's just
misogyny?
like,
So then what
oh.
is misogyny? Let's talk about men. Let's stop talking about women. How about we talk about men for once?
Let's talk
Because that's
about
what we
men.
don't do. We don't talk about men. We've just been
That's
talking about
not
Let's
women.
talk about men.
Okay, so
Even
then
men dying in war.
then what?
I just realized like earlier, it's like with the
Kidding,
men
that's
dying
my
in war,
favorite topic. Let's
men
talk
can never
about
be
it.
a
Let's
victim.
talk about men.
Go ahead.
The
Say your
thing that
point.
you just got done saying that you didn't want to talk about at all because all the show has been
don't
talking
care.
about men. Now you're like, why don't we talk about the men? Okay, let's do that then.
Okay, start it off. No, I'm just kidding.
I'm sorry, but it's absurd to me that you're like, in the one side of your mouth you go, I can't believe that all these women's issues you keep on making it into talking about men. And then when we get down to an issue you want to talk about, you say, I want to talk about men.
By the end of this debate, everything circles back to one core issue: definitions versus emotions. One side is demanding logical consistency, define your terms, support your claims, and stand by your words. The other side is expressing lived experience, feelings, and personal perspectives, but struggling to translate that into a structured argument. And that's why this conversation feels so tense. It's not just disagreement. It's two completely different ways of thinking clashing in real time. Logic versus emotion. Precision versus perception. The takeaway? Words matter, especially when you're making serious accusations. If you can't define it, defend it, and support it, you risk losing the entire argument. So, what do you think? Was she misunderstood? Or did her argument fall apart under pressure? If you found this debate as intense as we did, make sure to hit that like button, share your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more high-level breakdowns.
So what she was saying how, like, something about feminism, and so I said talk about misogyny. Like, if feminism is would you say it was a trick?
Yeah, I do think that women are deceived with this whole feminine movement. Or
So
feminism.
then how do you feel about misogyny then?
How do I feel about
Yeah, how
it?
do you feel about it?
Obviously,
You don't have an opinion?
No, of course I have an opinion. Misogyny is bad. It's a prejudice against women. That's
Right.
I
for
hate
no
both.
other reason than just them being women. Of course that's bad.
Wait,
You
okay, then
just
what's wrong with feminism?
You realize
It's just a lie. It just takes you
one
out of
quick
your-
thing. You do realize that you can be anti-feminist and not be a misogynist.
Sure.
Being anti-feminist is
Like,
not
I'm
being
not political.
anti-women. Go ahead with your point.
Thank
All
you.
this political stuff.
I forgot where I was at. I just get.
Well, I think
Cut off.
I think feminism is a trap. And no, I'm not misogynistic. I absolutely want the best for women. I have my opinions on what is best for women, and feminism completely goes against that. Obviously, I believe in the Bible, and I believe in those gender roles, and I believe that women are nurturers and would be better off, submitting to their
Okay,
husband.
so then
and
is it
having
wrong
children.
for me to not want to submit to a man
Yes.
unless he's providing for me? And especially and
no,
then
the
let's
providing
let's
part.
go
That's why
into
they
like
were
a
called that.
I do, let me get this straight. I do think men should provide for women, and women should submit to their husbands and nurture the children. That's
and I
what I
agree,
believe in.
and that's how I feel as well. I feel like you want me to raise your family, you want me to have your kids, you want me to
Okay,
do all
I do
this,
have a question
be
for you.
intimate with you, then I want you to provide for me. And I don't feel like there's anything wrong with that. And I feel like it's wrong to sit here and call me a for that.
I have a question for you. You called us.
Taking care of me, I have bills. So yeah, and there's a lot more. There's an
no.
emotional level of taking care of me. There's a physical level of taking care of me, and there's a financial and spiritual level. So
Yeah,
it's
look,
all
I'm
of that.
gonna untie a couple of concepts for you. So
Sure.
nobody was calling you. Not
Or
for this. Hang on, not for the idea that you want to be taken care of by a man. What
No,
was
he
asserted
did.
to you
Before I even had it, before he even knew I had a, he called me a so.
Yes, that's
So-
different though.
No,
that's
actually,
why
I
I'm going to
didn't.
untangle
Yes, you did
this.
actually.
I did not call you.
I am going to
Everyone did.
untangle this for
Which I
you.
very
You're
much
taking
remember.
two. Yeah, I know. Okay, when you're done, let me know, and then I'll untangle the concepts for you. Go ahead.
What? No, we're like,
Okay, great. You're done. So to untangle the concepts for you. Concept one: yes, if you're an worker, you're considered a. Yes, I would agree that is what was said. But when it came to the relationship, what was asserted to you was if it's only transactional, if the relationship is purely transactional, then it would be.
And I said
You
multiple
said
times it wasn't transactional.
Yeah, I know, which is why we weren't calling you for that. We were just saying if it were purely transactional, that would be.
Because he's